The Padres have a massive problem on their hands as their once reliable pitchers are currently downward trending. Fans are concerned. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today we have some bad news to present. What's new? A lot of bad news to present recently. But before we get into it, stick around to the end of the video because we do have some post-game fan reactions where I get you guys, the fans, involved. Post on Twitter, post on the subreddit. Me will be featured on the channel. And as always, please subscribe. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about today's lineup real quick. Is Pivetta washed now? Also, similarly, is our bullpen washed now? And let's talk about some slight positives from today. So, of course, Nick Pivetta, who is normally, or I guess historically for us, been one of our best pitchers. But while doing some research on how he's pitched recently, I've noticed some unwelcoming numbers, I guess. Some numbers I don't want to see. Before I show you that, though, let's talk about our AJ Cassaville recap that I love doing. Final, Royals 6, Padres 5. Xander Bogaerts' franchise record tying streak of hits in 8 straight at-bats came to an end in the 9th. Manny Machado's 9th inning solo blast wasn't enough as the Padres dropped the opener to Kansas City. That sucks. That sucks. Would have liked to hit English. Okay, we'll come back to that, actually. So let me tell you what I said about Nick Pivetta, right? So these are Nick Pivetta's recent starts. We'll start with May, and you can see the earned runs. It goes 2, then 6, 1, 1, and 2. So not horrible in May, right? But it did end up with a 4 ERA, which isn't the end of the world, but it's not as good as it was in, say, March or April. I know months, which was a 2.22 ERA. I'm looking at the bottom where the splits are. In June, though, he has not looked great at all. 5 earned runs against San Francisco, 4 earned runs against the Dodgers, 2 against Arizona, which is good, right? And then 4 earned runs against Kansas City today. So he has a 6.23 ERA in the month of June. That's a little outdated on the StatCast one on the bottom, but 6.23 ERA. And his strikeouts have also gone down, I'm pretty sure. Where did they go? But yeah, 5, 7, 7, 8 in May, and now 5, 3, 9 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. It was a good game, but 3. So it just he hasn't looked the same. And he's never been really going deep in the games, but when you go 4 against the Dodgers and then 4.2 against Kansas City, it starts to look bad, right? Does that mean Nick Pivetta is falling off? In more of a sense, it means he's evening out to his normal amount of play. I don't think I brought up his career stats. I'll bring it up right now. But he's never been like that Cy Young award-winning pitcher, I'm pretty sure. So let's see. Last year, he had a 4.14, 2023, 4.04, 4.56, 4.53 ERA. So he's never been that, like, again, Cy Young award-winning contender. He's been a good to solid pitcher, right? Right now, he's at a 3.66. I don't know if that's updated for right now. Let me see if I refresh the page if it'll update. But he's never been like the star. He's never been an ace. Let's put it that way. That's probably a better way to describe it. But this year, he's been great. And I'm hoping San Diego has changed his like vibes in order for him to start pitching better. But it's concerning. And then let me talk about Jason Adam real quick. I already forgot what this picture said. Would have liked to hit better than better 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position, but the Padres ultimately win this game if one of Pivetta or Adam pitch like they normally do. Get him tomorrow. With that said, winning 5 of your last 16 games is concerning. The team needs to start winning if they want to show their worth being buyers at the deadline. And then Jonathan India takes Nick Pivetta deep, which is excusable enough. A fastball that didn't get far enough in, and India hit it out. But Pivetta had started the inning by walking the 7 and 8 hitters, so they say 3-run shot, and the Royals now lead 4-0. So let's look at the box score real quick about Nick Pivetta. So 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Definitely not one of the better Nick Pivetta games. And yeah, it says 3.64, so I guess it was updated. So obviously the ERA is not horrible, but like I showed you, it's getting worse. And I think, let's see. Well, yeah, it would have been 2.22 in April, and then it would have been, I could just bring it up again. I already forgot. It would have been, it would have been, 4 in May. So mathematics. I'll let you do the mathematics. But yeah, it's downward trending, and it's concerning. But everything's going wrong in June right now, so I'm not gonna like tank anything. I'm not gonna like panic because we've proven that we're a second half team under Mike Shildt, which is just a 1 year example. But you know what I mean, right? I think things will even out for Nick Pivetta. I don't think he'll be as good as he was in the beginning of the year, but I don't think he'll be as bad as he's been now, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, Jason Adam, another player who has been, on the surface hasn't been great, but if you look at the numbers, let me bring it up, of course. I mean, he hasn't given up that many earned runs this month. He's only given up 4. What's concerning is the hits. He's given up a lot of hits. Walks hasn't been great, but he is striking people out, which is good. But he hasn't looked great, like, performance-wise. Like, when you watch him, he's giving up hits and all that. He's looked kind of wild. But he's not giving up that many runs. I mean, in 3 starts, he's given up runs. And today was obviously not great for him, but he's not been bad. I mean, 3.6 ERA isn't like horrible. I'm not going to say Jason Adams is washed. What I am going to say is that he's tired. And I think I have a picture for that. Yeah, so not excusing his performance tonight, but Jason Adams was almost never used back-to-back days when he was in Tampa Bay. He pitches practically every other game, sometimes 3 of 4 or 4 of 6 for San Diego. Perhaps give Morgan a shot. This team has too much reliever depth to be exhausting guys. Suarez is about to get a 3-day break. It wouldn't be a bad idea to rest Adam for a few days once Suarez returns. We have been using the ever-living heck out of our bullpen recently, and it's concerning. As a lot of players right now are getting tired. I mean, Estrada is another player who's been getting tired. Basically, our best arms are getting tired. Wandy Peralta has been solid for a little bit. Obviously, he has an on and off days, and we do want to DFA him all the time. But he's been on and off solid, which has been good for this team because he's been useful in the times where we needed him, but he's been unclutch in the time where he needs to be clutched. Let's put it that way, right? So, what do we do about our bullpen situation? Honestly, we got very good depth in our minor leagues bullpen wise. I can make a video on that if you wanted to, but like I said, we still have B-Rod, who I really like in the minors, and then of course David Morgan, Sean Reynolds, my other two in my big 3 for bullpens. But yeah, I like David Morgan. I know some people were iffy about putting him in near the end. Sean Reynolds too. I mean, I guess I meant Sean Reynolds, but both of them in general, people have been iffy with, but they've proven to be pretty good. I mean, they're not amazing. Like, David Morgan's not amazing. Like I always say, they're still raw, but they're doing pretty good jobs. B-Rod can do a pretty good job. I'm not saying we should send anyone down. I don't know if we can send anyone down. I'll have to think about that, but there's definitely something that needs to happen to give this team a break bullpen-wise, because none of our pitchers are going deep. Our starter pitchers, I should say, are going deep. So our bullpen is taxed, and it is showing in Adams, it's showing in Estrada, it's showing in Suarez. So our bullpen is hurting right now. And I'm not going to just blame it on the bullpen. I'm just going to say they're tired. And it's pretty evident. So, yeah. Positives, though, like I kind of mentioned. First positive, of course, Xander Bogaerts. 8 straight at-bats with a hit. Ruined it in the 9th, but that's okay. His average is now 2.47. I think when I went on that a rant video on Bogaerts, he was at 2.22. So it's looking better. OBP is now 3.21. It's looking better. Let's continue it because we need to. Another concerning thing is Tatis is on his longest home run drought in his career. So that's concerning. Him not hitting for power anymore. Machado still got it. That's great. Arraez is hitting, but obviously not at the same clip you'd want him for a guy whose job is to get on base or to get hits and have a over 3 average. I can't speak anymore. But then yeah, I mean Gavin Sheets has looked good. Bogaerts again. Cronenworth he's been okay. He's been playing at a Cronenworth level, I guess, these past couple of weeks. Brooks has looked pretty A-okay. Iglesias pretty okay. So our offense did not look bad today. On a good day, this is a winning formula. But today was not a good day. If Pivetta would have been a little bit better, and if Adam would have been his usual self, it would have been a win. Obviously, that's kind of duh, you know what I mean? But basically my point is that the Padres are starting to hit better. And I think that's thanks to the Dodgers and the way that they kind of got pounded by the Dodgers. because we definitely beat up the bullpen today for the Royals, who I heard on the broadcast have a pretty good bullpen. So yeah, that's the one main positive I want to take away from today. But there's definitely still problems in this team. I wasn't team get a bullpen arm in the trade deadline, but if we're not going to bring up our minor leaguer relievers, maybe that's a good idea. So I guess any move AJ Preller can make at this point will be a good idea. So just do something, AJ Preller, because we definitely need it. I'm not hitting any panic buttons. You should not be hitting any panic buttons. I do want to say we did drop out of a wild card spot, but also it's June. I don't want to say we shouldn't care about that until September, but we have time. Let's put it that way. So let's talk about our Frier Faithful feed. I already forgot what I put on this, so it'll be like a blind reaction for me. Props to Xander for accumulating more bases in the last 48 hours than he had all in the rest of June. That's kind of sad, but also kind of funny. But also props to Xander. I love seeing Xander doing better. I saw people cheering for him super loud, so I love seeing that. Plain and simple, Pivetta needs to last longer than 4.2 and stop giving up bombs, and Adam has to figure things out. Every other supposedly less reliable pitcher did their job. Yeah, I wouldn't call him less reliable, but yeah. This is what happens when the bullpen is overused. On the bright side, Bogaerts is looking much better. Yeah, so pretty much the common theme. Bullpen bad, Bogaerts good. Hopefully, we can win these next 2 games and take this series, because Royals are a good team, but they're not looking great right now. And especially next series when we play the Nationals, who I've played horribly recently, we have to take advantage of that. A sweep would be nice, but again, a lot of former Padres usually have their revenge tours against the Padres, so we'll see how that ends up. But yeah, no panic button should be hit. But, if Pivetta doesn't figure things out and our bullpen doesn't feel a little bit more rested, Padres could have a massive problem on their hands. But we'll keep the faith. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know how you guys feel about Pivetta. Are you worried about Pivetta? Are you worried about Adams and our bullpen in general? Or are you think things are going to be okay? And how do you feel about our offense and Bogaerts? Are you happy with them? Are you still worried? Do you think we still need some moves? Yes, I do. But do you think we still need some moves? Let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe as always, and go Padres. Thank you for watching.